So in this video, guys, I'm gonna go over the truth of dating in Medellin, Colombia. Let's get it, baby.
Okay, it's us.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jamie Woods back at it with another fire video. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you guys can watch other videos that I have coming out. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you guys know when I do drop a fire video, so that way you're not late on it. And also make sure to hit that like button so that way this video can get spread out to other people, because trust me, this is a message that I think more people need to hear, because this is the truth on Medellin, Colombia. So now, before I get to the subject matter of this video, I just want to say one thing. Colombia is a fantastic country full of amazing people, great food, amazing scenery, amazing cities, so much to do, so much to see. It definitely probably is top 3, maybe the most fun country I've ever been to. I had a lot of fun out there, and I'll definitely be back in Colombia, all right? So I just want to get that out the way before I get to the subject matter. But now let's get to the subject matter. So I remember there was a time before I went to Colombia where I had this whole idea of Colombia in my head when it came to dating, when it came to the women, because that's what this video is about. Because I think people really do want to hear about this, right? So I remember watching these videos on TikTok and watching these YouTube videos where guys would be out in the streets and you'll be seeing these girls approach them like super aggressively, right? They'll be like, "Papi, I want to talk to you," or whatever the case is, right? I want to go home with you, or I like you, or da-da-da-da, right? You name it, right? You would see these videos on YouTube and it'll be all these girls like going after these dudes and catcalling these dudes, right? And like at that time, I was like, damn, like these girls in Colombia must be super aggressive. Like on top of that, they're very attractive on top of them being aggressive. So I'm like, damn, Colombia must be the place to go for a single man.
How you doing, ma? How you doing?
¿Qué hace?
Huh?
¿Qué hace?
I'm just chilling right now. Yeah. What's your name, though?
No sexo.
Huh?
Sexo.
Maybe later.
And I'll keep watching videos and people will talk about how amazing the dating scene is in Colombia, specifically Medellin, which is the city we're going to be talking about, and to an extent Cartagena, where people will be talking about, oh my God, the dating scene in Colombia is better than the US. Oh, the girls out there are better. They show higher interest. They're more feminine. They're more this, they're more that. And this is what I want to tell y'all real quick. I don't mean to tell y'all that these content creators are lying to you guys, because there is some truth to it. Yes, they're more feminine. They're more direct than, let's just say, girls out here in the States, right? So yeah, there's some truth to some of these things. Yes, you can find yourself a very good wifey material woman in Colombia. However, the truth is that that's actually a lot harder than what you guys think. The truth that some of these content creators aren't telling y'all, and this is for people that haven't been to Colombia yet. If you've been to Colombia, you know what I'm talking about. And if you disagree with me, you're in denial and you're selling people a dream, right? But the problem with Medellin, and specifically Poblado, that area, is that area is full of pros. It's full of working women, okay? I remember walking through Poblado, Provenza, all these neighborhoods, and I'm over here thinking to myself, where are all the normal women at? It's a bunch of working girls that are trying to sell you the box, or maybe they're trying to get you to come to their business, and they might be selling box on the side too, who knows? But that's all I saw while over there. I didn't see not that many normal women that were just hardworking people that wanted to find a partner. All I saw were women that just wanted to make some type of profit, right? I remember some guys out there telling me that, man, these girls out here in Poblado specifically, they're not trying to find love. They're trying to find money, right? Every time they see you guys, they see a dollar sign in their head. And so I didn't believe them until I went to Poblado and I saw that for myself. And I'm like, damn, these guys were right. And even the locals admitted it. I'd be in the car and I speak Spanish fluently. And they'd be talking to me about, oh, how's your time going? Have you met any girls yet? And I'll tell them now. And they're like, hey, man, just stay away from the girls out in this area because a lot of them are working women. You best off talking to like a Venezuelan girl or another girl. And even then, you're still not guaranteed that those girls aren't working women, because even the Venezuelan girls and the immigrants that go to Medellin, a lot of them or some of them are working women. And I think Medellin has a problem with that, right? So if you're a guy that's trying to go out there and maybe you're trying to live out there and you're trying to find yourself an organic relationship, that's actually going to be a lot more difficult than what you think, right? Because these videos are going to tell you one thing. They're going to tell you that the women out there are great, they're wifey material, they're fantastic, which there's some truth to that, right? Depending where you go in Medellin, which we're going to get to later. But for the most part, in the tourist areas like Provenza, Poblado, which is where 98% of the tourists are going to be at, you're going to find nothing there. It's going to be straight working women. That's why they're so aggressive. So every time you guys see these videos of these women throwing themselves at a guy, saying compliments to a guy on camera, whatever the case is, or that one famous video of this guy in Cartagena, this big tall guy that he's walking through the streets of Cartagena and all these girls are turning around to look at him, right? At first glance, you might think those are normal women that are looking at him, that are just interested, right? You might think to yourself, damn, these Colombian girls are they, they're not afraid to show interest, right? But in reality, those are working women. That's why they're looking at him like that, because they're thinking to themselves, okay, that guy's a good client. This guy looks like he has some type of money. He's dressed well and he's good looking on top of that. Let's try to see if we can get him to buy the box. And that's what it's all about, guys. That literally every time you see a girl, for the most part, checking you out in Poblado, Provenza, 9 times out of 10, it's a working woman that wants to sell you the box, right? That might be interested in selling you the box. Every time that a girl approaches you in Poblado, Provenza, most likely that is a working woman. Because if you guys think about it, man, while girls overseas are different, there's a lot of things that are still the same. And one of those things that are still the same is a normal woman is not going to approach you like that to get you to like them or to get you to date them, right? Normal women are actually going to be a little bit more shy and timid. They're going to expect you to approach them, right? That rule of you approaching a woman applies pretty much anywhere in the world. And when a woman approaches you, that should actually ring off in your head like, damn, like this girl might not be a normal woman. This girl might be a working woman. She's approaching you so that way she can get a new client for the night, some money for the night. That's why she's approaching you, because she needs to make her money, right? A normal woman isn't going to just approach a random guy that she doesn't even know on the streets of Poblado. In fact, normal women are not going to hang out in Poblado or Provenza, because the thing is, they know that's where all the pros are at. So if they're in that area, people are going to also perceive them as a pro. Now, you might see a couple normal women in those areas, but they're cuffed up. They're with their boyfriends or their friends, right? But most of the women you're going to see in that area are pros. And most of the guys you're going to see hanging out in those areas are there to get pros. I'll never forget going to Poblado in the afternoon. It was literally like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And these girls were already out in full force, sitting down with their little book bags or whatever, waiting for clientele. I'll never forget sitting down, having my lunch in Poblado, and just people watching. Honestly, people watching in Poblado is probably one of the most entertaining things you could ever do in your life. And I'm over here just having my chicharrones, patacones, right? And all I see is these old ass dudes, like 60, 65 years old. They could probably be my grandpa, holding hands with a girl that looks like she's 19, 18 years old, walking through the streets of Poblado. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a normal relationship. Like, you can tell this is a P for P situation. And this is the reason why a lot of men, not all men, right? Because there are some content creators that do stuff about Medellin, about Colombia, that go there for the right reasons. That there's a lot of men that go to Colombia to take advantage of the working women, of the P for P situation, of the fact that it's cheap to get women out there, right? If you want to get a woman out there, $100 per hour, 150 tops per hour. To us Americans, that's nothing. That's why a lot of Americans go out there. You have a lot of Americans that are probably recently divorced. Maybe they got nothing going on with the chicks. Maybe they're on the younger side and they have no game. So they go out to Medellin, to Poblado, and they say it's for the culture. But in reality, it's to get working women. It's for these reasons. And I'm not shaming the men for doing this. However, I think we need to have an honest conversation. We need to stop pushing this whole thing of you can find yourself a great, amazing woman in Medellin, Colombia, right? Because for the most part, a lot of you guys are hanging out in Poblado Provenza, which the majority of the women that are there are not good quality women. They're P for P girls. They're working girls, right? We have to start being honest about that. They go into Poblado and Provenza because that's where the money's at. That's where all the tourists are at. So they're going to hang out there. Now, I know I just said that a lot of the girls that you see in Poblado Provenza are working women and that it's going to be slim to none to find a normal woman in these neighborhoods. However, if you're trying to get yourself a wifey material woman, a high quality woman, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to the outskirts of Medellin, right? You're going to have to go to the other neighborhoods of Medellin. Now, if you guys want to know those specific neighborhoods, I might make a Patreon video on that. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon, only $5 a month. You can't beat it. But I'm gonna go over those neighborhoods there. But for the most part, if you want to find yourself away from material girl, you got to go out of there, man. You got to know some Spanish first of all, because a lot of these girls away from Poblado and Provenza don't really know much English. So you got to know a little bit of Spanish. All right, so try to learn the key words, basic terms, all that, and get away from Poblado Provenza, because that's all you're gonna see there. Right? Maybe start making friends with some of the locals that can probably introduce you to some of these girls. Tinder is another problem in Colombia. I would stay away from Tinder because Tinder, all you're going to see is working women on there, right? You might find a couple cool, normal women there, but for the most part, it's working women that go on there to get even more clientele, right? Because Tinder is an easy way for them to get clientele. They don't got to go out on the streets. All they got to do is put up a couple good pictures, have you swipe on them, they'll swipe on you, and that's it. That's a new client right there. They'll probably message you saying, hey, baby, what you doing for the night? Here's my WhatsApp number. That's how you know it's a working woman. If a woman gives you her WhatsApp number off the rip like that, that's because she's a working woman. She's trying to get you in, so that way you can, negotiate with her, and then boom. Right? That's the whole point of it. And usually in their bio, it's going to say short-term fun or mutual benefits, something along those lines. If you see any of those two things, it's a working woman. If you see long-term commitment, most likely it could be a normal woman. But most of the women on Tinder are working women. And most of the girls in Poblado Provenza, those same girls that you see in these videos, that are throwing themselves at men, that are catcalling men, saying compliments to men on camera, most of them are working women. So don't let these guys fool you on YouTube, or maybe they're telling you stories about how amazing Medellin is and how they got so many girls, because most of those girls, in fact, all of the girls that they got are working women. So again, let me repeat this. Medellin is a fantastic city full of many fantastic things to do. It also has a lot of great women there. However, you have to really do your research and go to all these other neighborhoods that people aren't going to find yourself a high quality woman. Otherwise, you'll be dealing with working women. So guys, that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you want to see other Colombia or traveling videos, make sure to click up on these videos over here. Peace out.